TV, so welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. I am Christian Chuku. A big welcome to today's program. Today is the 24th of March 2022, Thursday, in the city of Lagos. We are in Ogba as we get people talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. Once again, welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. I am Christian Chuku. I have my committed analysts here this morning. They are here to do justice to the newspaper headline. It's an environmental Thursday in Lagos as usual. An environmental Thursday. Shops will be closed till 10 a.m. Before they can open and to start the daily business. I have with me two papers this morning that we're going to be looking at. Two topical issues we're going to be looking at this morning. I have with me the Punch newspaper and also do have the Nigerian Tribune, the Punch and the Nigerian Tribune. We are looking at the topical issues we have this morning. But before I start, Obiano has been released by the Efcc. Obiano has been released by the EFCC. We are going to be looking at that in a jiffy. Let's take a look at what the papers have for us this morning. Once again, welcome to this edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. As you can see, we have bystanders on my back, as usual, discussing and giving their opinion on the topics they feel deemed fit to talk about this morning. The Punch, let's look at the Punch. What does the Punch have for us? Let's go straight and punch it. National Assembly plans appeal tackles Judge Malami insists on amendment on that section, on the section that says you must resign before you contest. So there is an appeal from the National Assembly over that section. But Malami insists that no, that section should not be amendment. Sorry, that section should be amended. That section should be amended. The National Assembly wants the section to remain as it is, but Malami and co wants it to be amended. However, Gbajabiamila asked Attorney General not to tamper with Electoral Act. Gbajabiamila asked the Attorney General not to tamper with the Electoral Act. Court ruled that the provision be deleted, not part of our law. Malami, court ruled that the provision be deleted and should not be part of our law. That's from Malami. APC moves to bar appointees from voting at convention primaries. APC moves to bar appointees from voting at convention primaries. I believe this week is going to be a busy week. On the 25th of March, that is tomorrow, Nigeria will be playing Ghana. And also on the 26th of March, we'll be having the proposed APC convention. So APC moves to bar appointees from voting at convention primaries. There's a picture on the Punch this morning. 1,000 taxis will provide an employment, says Onlu. Unveiling of 1,000 taxis in the city of Lagos. 1,000 taxis unveiled yesterday by Sonlu. Look at the picture at the Punch. Sonlu and some other government functionaries unveiling the taxi, Lagos taxi. Very soon you'll be seeing the Lagos taxi on the streets of Lagos. 1,000, that means it's going to attract investment, and also it is going to employ a thousand youths as it were. Okay, let's look at that. Umahi meets Buhari, says presidential ambition God's project. Umahi meets Buhari, says his presidential ambition it is God's project. Buhari orders Silva, Kyari, CDS to halt crude oil theft. Buhari orders, many orders. Now, this order is on the halting of crude oil theft because we've been losing so much resources and so much finance revenue from oil, crude oil theft. Southern Cardinal boys, death hold, hit 37, church attack, settlements raised. Southern Cardinal boys, death toll, hits 37, church attack, settlements raised. PDP has come out to give a bold statement yesterday. PDP governors list Buhari's regime's economic woes, post for better leadership. The Nigerian Tribune. Yesterday, Atiku had to come out and declare his presidential ambition, and we are waiting for Obi because there are speculations that Obi will still come out and also declare his intention to run for president under the platform of the People's Democratic Party. Now, Atiku is saying Nigeria a sinking ship needing urgent rescue. That's from Atiku. Nigeria a sinking ship needing urgent rescue. So 2023 a choice between unity and division. Now let's look at main headline on the Nigerian Tribune. Electoral Act, National Assembly to appeal judgment on Section 84, subsection 12. National Assembly to appeal judgment on Section 84, subsection 12. It has been ordered by the courts that our part be deleted, but there is an appeal from the National Assembly. What are the interests here? What are the interests? We have two different interests from the AGF and other ministers now, and on one side, the other interested parties are the people, the civil society organizations, and also the National Assembly. We are working to implement court order, AGF. We are working to implement court order. That is from Malami. But Jabiamila wants Malami against hasty enforcement of ruling. And let's look at Lagos rights. Sonlu rolls out 1,000 cars for taxi scheme. Sonlu rolls out 1,000 cars for taxi scheme. APC governors endorse Buhari's choice for party chairman as zones work towards consensus candidates. Adamu Musa Al-Makura Akume Mustafa Umisore face screening committee. Senate caucus meets CECPC today. Lagos Free Trade Zone investment to hit $461 billion in 45 years. $461 billion in 45 years. Pengasan blames fuel scarcity on lack of forex. I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. How was your week?
Fine.
Pengasan, Petroleum Association blames fuel scarcity on lack of forex. Let me get your opinion.
The issue is, I think, thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you.
Matthew is the name. Because the way it stands now, NNPC is the sole importer of PMS. So if Pegasus is blaming the scarcity or lack of forest, are they telling us that they are involved in the importation? Because what you can understand is that NNPC is the one that had the sole right to import. That notwithstanding, they give the contract to some companies to do it on their behalf. But hence, those companies are acting on their behalf. I think federal government will provide them with forest.
Sure.
Yes, at least to the extent of giving them the federal government control price,
okay,
regulated price of forest. There's exchange rates. So I don't think Pengasin is absolutely correct. Because we have heard other indices before now that is necessitating the scarcity. We have heard about the crisis between Ukraine and Russia as part of the reason we are witnessing fuel scarcity in Nigeria. We have heard about the adulterated fuel, though I think the government must have dealt with that. But currently, I don't totally believe what Pengasin is saying.
What about fixing our refineries? So should we be talking about scarcity of fuel?
We have said that severally, that the panacea is to fix our refineries and ensure that our refinery will consume. Because if you look at it, we have said it severally that a modular refinery that can refine, say, 1,000 barrels per day, you need about 100 million to build it. I look at the money that have been sinking
100
into
million naira or $100 million.
I mean 100 million, 100 million naira. And if you look at this fund that is being sunk into turnaround maintenance of our various refineries, you discover that it is far more than what you need to build modular refineries. And modular refineries are already built. You go there, you buy it, you come here, you couple it. So, and the government have not deemed it fit all this while to think in that direction. But what I can understand is we have been looking at unbundling the petroleum sector, which to an extent it have been unbundled with respect to this recently signed PIA, Petroleum Industry Act. So I don't know why the government is not still making it attractive for investors to come in. I think that is why we need another government that is sincere. Because it looks as if this government is not sincere. Because if you look at all approach of this government with respect to handling petroleum industry, if they are sincere, there is no way you will see petroleum industry that ordinarily supposed to look attractive having these challenges.
Okay.
Come to think of it, why will an investor not come into Nigeria to invest in our oil and gas, especially in the downstream sector? That's a whole lot of opportunity. Continue.
Continue.
So for me, I think we need another government with sincerity of purpose to come and drive the process.
Okay, let's look at this Electoral Act, National Assembly to appeal judgment on Section 84, Subsection 12. What do you think is the problem? What do you think the problem?
I think the problem is that we have a government that is bent on using the judiciary to achieve what they could not achieve in the legislature.
Okay.
Because, to be quite honest with you, I've taken pain to look at the provisions of that section 84, section 12 of the recently signed into law, of the recently Electoral Act. Because what the law says is that as a political appointee, you have no right to vote in a convention, in a congress, and you cannot be voted for. That is what that section is talking about. And if you look at the manner the person that went to that Umuahia court, I think one Adede, who is from Action Congress or so, and if you look at the judgment per se, you see that the government have a hand in it. I mean, federal government. Because by our standard, the person that went to court, the plaintiff, did not join National Assembly, did not join both Senate and House of Rep, who are naturally stakeholders in this issue. He only joined Attorney General of the Federation in that suit. And shortly after the judgment, Attorney General said that he's going to enforce the judgment. And if you look at the issue of a political appointee and the judgment of that court, the judge said that refer civil servants to as political appointees to justify her judgment. And I think the issue of who is a political appointee have been settled before now by some judgment of Supreme Court, that a civil servant is not in the category of a political appointee. And if you look at that section 84, section 12, is targeted on political appointee, not civil servants. So for me, I think I encourage National Assembly to appeal that judgment. And I equally encourage House of Rep, because they have said they are reporting the Attorney General, the judge, to NJC. Okay. I encourage them to go out to report her to NJC, and they should equally appeal that judgment. Because for me, I think that law should stand.
What are the interests here? What are the interests?
The interests are clear. Like Balami is a political appointee. All the ministers, they are political appointee. The implication is that this Congress that is coming up, I mean APC Congress, convention, by virtue of that law, Malami and co political appointees cannot vote in that convention. And when they eventually want to vote for their respective primaries, yes, their respective primary for the purpose of electing their candidates for 2023 election, it implies that Malami and all other political appointees will not vote, and they will not be voted for. So you say that it is their interest that are trying to, yes, you say that it is their interest that are trying to protect, not because they want to deepen democracy, not because they are interested in deepening the law. So for me, I encourage National Assembly to stand their ground, appeal that judgment, and the House of Rep to equally go a step forward to report that judge to NJC for sanction.
Okay, let's look at on this Lagos ride. There's only Rosa 1,000 cars for taxi scheme. How do you look at that development?
He rolls out
1,000 taxis.
I think it's a semblance of what we have been seeing of recent. The one that has Sian.
Is it taking it away from private investors? Does it want the Lagos government to control?
But to be quite honest with you,
okay,
without hearing from the government, I think the handwriting is all over the place in Lagos. The way they are trying to widen the roads, the way they are trying to improve on the network, road network, you see that there is a systematic move of the state government to have a total control of transportation sector in Lagos State.
Okay,
that is correct. Everywhere you go, you see road widening, you see garage, and these are network purely meant for government vehicles,
okay,
buses. So it is just a matter of time. They would have completed their plan to rework all the road network, and you can see the buses coming in now. I can even tell you that it was the COVID-19 that slowed it down. Don't forget that because of COVID-19, Lagos State government have already made some policy announcements on the roads. Keke Marwa should not ply, and some category of buses should not ply. I think it is even the what's it called COVID-19 that slowed down their action.
Okay.
So for me, I don't know how they want to co-opt the regular taxi drivers into it, because in a way it will amount to taking them out of job. Because if you are rolling out 1,000 buses, I know it's inadequate compared to the number of buses that is needed to take people around the Lagos. But if they continue that trajectory, which I know they want to do, I don't know how they hope to carry the regular bus drivers along, because it is not always too good when you take people out of job, keep people out of job. If there is a way they can do it so that as they encourage them to drop the regular yellow bus, they sign on to the new bus they are bringing in, whether by way of higher purchase, whether by way of direct employment. But I think there should be, it's better if they carry along.
Is it better if the Lagos State government controls the transportation system, or it should be a private sector thing?
I think the reason they are doing it is because they have seen the enormous resources in private transportation sector has been managed by National Union of Road Transport Workers. Let me tell you this. Keke, I mean tricycle, that apply Oba Ikeja axis. Each driver or rider pay as much as 2,000 naira on daily basis to these unions. Keke that apply Oba to Faba, Shaga, pay as much as 1,500, 1,700 on daily basis to the union. I don't know specifically what the bosses pay, but I know they pay much more than that. Okay. So if you do plus and minus, you see that the union is raking in reasonable amounts of millions on daily basis. So I don't think the government don't want to see idly any longer. They want to engage fiscally and take control of it.
The citizens.
The government is not interested whether it will benefit the citizens. They are interested in raking in more money to the state coffer. Because, to be quite honest with you, if you do a simple analysis, you understand that the unions are getting far more than up to 600, 700, 800 million on daily basis. Just do a simple arithmetic. You see what is entering. So I think the state government want to tap into it. Not just tap into it, they want to take over the whole transportation system in Lagos State.
Regulate it.
No, it's not because they want to regulate. If they want to regulate, they already had the power to regulate. They're already regulating. As we speak, let me give you an instance. If all this keke that is plying all these routes, local government receipts is just 150 naira. And they have their personnel who administer the receipts. Okay. And you will see a union collecting 1,500 and local government is collecting 150 naira. I don't know whether I understand what I'm trying to say. So initially, government may feel
that's not regulation.
No, I will come to regulation. What I'm trying to say is, the government may initially feel that 1,500 is too much; they cannot pay. But the union, who do not want to know, who do not mind whether the people are getting their own or not, is imposing it, and the government see the people paying it. The government will think twice. I want to take over it. They are thinking about of the regulation. It is recently Lagos State government talk about 800 naira per bus. That once you pay that 800 naira, you are not paying any other money for that day. And from all indication, that regulation needed to take effect from 1st of February. Today is 24th, if I'm not mistaken, of March. It has not taken effect. What does that tell you? It tells you that they have reneged on that regulation and they have decided to take the other parts. So the way I see it, Lagos State have seen the revenue in that sector and they want to take over it.
Okay. Lastly, Buhari orders Silver, Kyari, and CDS, that chief of defense staff, not crude oil theft.
It is not serious. I can categorically tell you that it's not serious.
Everybody saying that it's
No,
not serious.
you know why I say it's not serious? It took the River State governor, Mr. Wike, only 2 months of serious campaign to halt oil bunkering in River State. And if you look at the price of diesel that have skyrocketed of recent, it's a direct impact of what is happening in River State and in Delta State. The state government clamping in on illegal, I may not even call them illegal, local refineries. What I'm saying I may not call them illegal is illegal anyway. Because don't forget that before now, the government have tinkered with the idea of giving all these people licenses to start refining. So that, one, they will refine it in environmental friendly way. The reason Wike is after them may not be because they are sabotaging national economy. It's because of the impact it's having on the state, on the locals. Because come to think of it, if federal government before now have presence of Civil Defense Corps, DSS, Nigerian Army, police in River State, Delta State, all the states where you produce oil, Bayelsa and all the states where you produce oil, and you see all the issue of bunkering, illegal refineries that the federal government want to make us to believe, foster everywhere, every here and there. And don't forget that Wike reported the commandant of Civil Defense Corps to their office in Abuja, and he was suspended from that position because Wike told them that all the top security personnel posted to River State are involved in bunkering, and that's the truth. So because it came from an authority, federal government took it serious, and Wike did it in such a way that if you're a local government chairman, you are not up and doing in terms of clamping down on illegal refineries, he will fire you. And don't forget that the local government chairman, they are the locals. They know the nook and cranny of the terrain. He now used the police, the army, he backed them with resources. They bought over 1,000 something refining sites in River State. Not the ones that have been destroyed in Delta State and some other. So what I'm saying in essence is, the reason you see price of diesel selling for 600, 700 naira per liter today is because of the destruction of those illegal refineries in Niger Delta.
The illegal refineries were helping
almost all the
tightening the price.
Yes, you know that federal government have before now deregulated diesel. So because of the local refineries here and there in Niger Delta, it is not making Nigerians to know the real price of diesel. Perhaps if when they deregulated, people realize the impact currently, maybe Nigeria would have resisted. But because of the presence of the locally or illegally refined, as federal government wants us to make us believe, people did not know the real cost of diesel.
Okay.
So what I'm saying in essence is, maybe Nigerians should start asking questions now. Because federal government have not been able to do the needful. Let me tell you this. Take a look at fuel subsidy. Before the government came on board, they made us to believe that there's nothing like subsidy. But me, I know there's subsidy. I know there's racketeering. I know that there's land tripping. I know that there is a whole lot of corruption in the process of that subsidy. And this government, as soon as they came on board, they were fair with the reality. They realized that there's actually subsidy. It is not surprising that before this government came on board, the Nigerians were consuming between 35 to 40 million liters per day. But currently, we are consuming 70 million liters per day. That is the figure they give you. They use to tabulate what they collect in terms of subsidy. Under lockdown, when only essential essential services personnel were allowed to move around, the government made us to understand that we were consuming 50 liters per day.
Under lockdown.
And nobody's asking questions. And they will collect the subsidy that runs into billion in terms of that quantity of liters. So what I'm saying in essence is, when the government or the Mr. President is putting all the head of security at alert that they should ensure they clamp down on all illegal refineries and all that, I see him as not being serious. He's playing to the gallery because this is somebody who has taken up the responsibility of a substantive Minister of Petroleum Resources. Power sector that needed urgent intervention. He didn't look at that. He took over Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and up to today, we have not seen any meaningful development in that sector. Rather, all we see is hardship on the part of Nigerians. For me, we need a change of government.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Not through illegal means anyway. We need.
What do you mean by illegal?
What I mean, we need a change of government.
No revolution.
What I mean not through illegal means is through the ballots.
Not through the.
Yes. And if you look at Atiku's declaration, Atiku is so smart that he itemized all the challenges Nigeria is having. You know, we have been saying over time that, the challenge of Nigeria is long overdue. That even the common man on the street know the challenge. He mentioned unity of Nigeria. He mentioned economy. He mentioned security. He mentioned devolving power to the federative units. It's about 5. So what I try to say in essence is, this is not the first time we are hearing such thing. This government, today's government, told us from ab initio that they have restructuring as part of their manifesto. Have they restructured up to now?
They are working on it.
So what I'm saying is, and even if you look at part of his declaration yesterday, he said he's going to hand over to a younger generation. This is not the first time we are hearing all that. We need a younger generation even now, not tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. I'm Mr. Kunle. Good morning, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Christian, good morning, the viewers. Good morning, my friends. Iyerioba. Good morning, Ezenwa. Then my personal person too, which is up very die for a while. Sina, good morning to you. Okay. Wherever you are, I'm sending my greetings to you. Good morning.
Finally, Atiku has declared for presidency. He heard Mr. Matthew. He itemized most of the issues Nigerians are facing, saying that he will tackle them head on.
Yeah, I really witnessed the declaration, and the way I look at it is as if Atiku was on his own. It was same day Atiku was declaring, the governors, all the states, PDP governors, PDP state governors went to Hoka to go and, I don't know what they were, to go and hold a seminar there.
I was trying to know what they were doing there. I didn't even point out one thing that the governors were doing. I just saw them on
Nataya. That's a message. You see, the body language of the governors, they want Tamboa.
Tamboa was them.
Tamboa was there. And Wike himself want Tamboa as a governor. You know, that was the initial plan. That's 4 years ago, if you could remember. And he and Fayoshe, that they need to even usher the chairman of the PDP house that time and went and hire a new chairman, which was Binu Sharif, Amadu Binu Sharif. Yes. So the house is dividing. The house is getting divided now. And I'm so happy. APC, same thing. So the two of them, I think, but the problem now is, where is the third force? Where are the third force? Jega came out. Patutomi came out for the third force. Ezekwesili, they came out that they want to form a third force. Suddenly, the voice went so low that we cannot even hear anything from them again. And that's why I'm really confused now. Are they going to leave us as orphans this time around? Because we have no father, we have no mother. We have no father in APC. We have no mother that can rescue us from the father's, battering. We have no mother like PDP that can come in and rescue us. You see, that's the situation where we are now. So we are just like an orphan. And the way out now, which I think would be better off, is, I don't know how it can be possible for us to boycott this election coming. That's just the best thing. Because
you don't see any future
I don't see any future.
In APC.
Yes. Even the other people I'm saying, like the Mogalu, they show whatever, we're not even hearing anything from them. And it's getting too late now.
It seems that Obi wants to declare his intention to run for presidency.
Yeah, let him come out. Let him come. If it's going to be the third force, I'm ready for him.
No, I think it's under PDP.
Now, if he comes under PDP, not wait for him, because all those two parties, they are nightmare.
Fired.
They are nightmare. I told you they are expired drugs, because there's nothing good that can come from them. If you are good, there can't be a good man among 100 bad. You know, they say one bad apple will spoil the whole branch. You know, there can't be a good man among bad dozen bad of people, or more the double the figures bad of people. So only Obi cannot take us to promised land. You know, so what I'm saying now is, me, I'm tired of these two parties, because they're scam. I've witnessed the scam. The two of them are scammers. And parties that cannot obey his constitution, how is he going to obey the Nigerian constitution when they come to power?
Which party is that?
The two of them, the two of them. Now, the third first. They have a representative in the third force. Third force, they have a representative. All region has a representative. Right? There are some boards we say, I don't know, all these telecoms that they are having, that they awarded 5G that they cannot have. No,
What is working? People, it's not working.
there. We shouldn't go there. The jokes of
Network issues. The network is very bad here in Ogba. The network is very bad. We try to resolve it, and thanks for your patience, please and please. The network is very, very bad. Thank you. I have Mr. Kunle. Let's continue. Abuja stands still for
Atiku.
Atiku. It seems we have only two options: APC, PDP.
You see,
what you were saying.
What I'm hearing is not so, good news to me. I don't know. I think I have to find my way out of this country. You know?
You are saying you should not give up.
The way the names I'm hearing now, Atiku, all everybody. The cronies Atiku is going to bring into power now, right? They are the problem. Atiku may not be the problem, but the cronies, everybody that work now want to chop. And once they swearing,
that's the typical Nigerian political.
That's a typical Nigerian political saying. Yes. And I don't know. And for a common man to be talking Atiku on the street here, I'm so devastated with this.
Pengasan blames West Cassidy on lack of courage.
Pengasan, all of them, they are culprits. They are culpable. They are culpable because they cannot tell us. Pengasan cannot hold Ministry of Petroleum Resources accountable for how much barrel of fuel we pump out every day and how much do we from all these barrels of oil. You know, they are the workers. They are the petroleum workers. They know integrity of the petroleum resources. So they should have watchdog. They should have been the watchdog of the petroleum minister. So why is they now telling us the forest? Is the forest. Even when the forest has not, skyrocketed to this level, we are not hearing necessary reports from them. The only time you hear from Pegasan is when they go on strike. Because they're own selfish. Everybody is becoming selfish in the country. And once you becoming selfish, that means the government has pay your due, pay your price. So that's what's happening now. For Pegasus to be saying this, in which I expected them or initiate a strike process for the government that our petroleum should not be selling at this rate because we have refineries. You cannot refinery. Look at Pegasus under Kokori. Remember Kokori? Look at Pegasus under Kokori brought the whole country to a standstill of the mismanagement of our petroleum. All this the issue then, nobody love Nigeria. Everybody love themselves. Yes, people love them. That's the problem. The leaders we are having now, they don't have any love for themselves and their cronies. Because he will love the country, he will love the nation, will work tirelessly and will be his life for the nation.
Let's round it up.
Mind you, have 4 years. Only 4 years.
Okay. You already spoke about Buhari ordering CBS to hold crude oil.
At what time of the day?
So let me ask you this question.
When the deed has been done?
On which school do you attend?
Show me. Which school like that? The institution. I went to Polytechnic. Not I went to Polytechnic.
OAU. Traditional worshippers dissociate self from invasion of OAU campus. You follow that story.
You see, the pride of that OAU. They call themselves second to none. The best university in Africa. They even go to the extent of Africa, right? The way it is now, It's the indigens that are fighting, the Ife indigens, in which I believe they have the backup support of the top indigenous Ife indigenous. Now, what is happening is they are saying they've never had a VC from the Ife community, and you are situating the university in their community. Does that now mean that they don't have capable hands? They don't have literate men? They don't have literate professor that is capable of controlling, of being a VC in Ife. Actually, that's where two of my brothers went to, right? That's where two of my brothers went to, right? So Ife, the pride is there already in that Ife, and the pride is there in that town, Ife town itself. So when pride and pride are antagonizing each other, because the university has a pride, they will tell you if is second to none, you know, best university, they call themselves the best, right? And when you look at their products, man, they have one of the best products in Nigeria. Talk of Ife, talk of UI, talk of Usuka. So those are the 3 prime, then Unilag, you add up Unilag, right? Those are the 4 prime universities. But in Lagos here, an indigene has been VC of University of Lagos. In Ibadan, an indigene has been VC of UI. In Ife, no indigene. In which I see what they're saying. They're on point. Look at one of us. So you mean that out of the professors we have all around, so no one is, I mean, and it's an indigene. So you mean no one is eligible to be VC of Ife, and the protest goes on, and the government council has to revisit. But the guy that they have appointed, how would they? Bamishe. Is it Bamiro or Bamishe? It's Bamiro. Now, Bamire. So how would they reverse it? How would they reverse this appointment back? How would they reverse it? That
Maybe through traditional means.
Through traditional means.
But some traditional worship went to carry sacrifice and they put it at the supper.
But they are denying now. So it's only when that guy succumbs that place.
Probably they want him to resign by himself.
By himself, yeah. That's
follow the other way. So that I can resign by himself.
That is. But if it's coming out for negative things, much of negative things nowadays. It was if that one man killed a student, in which they are talking of ritualists. It's still same if traditionalists are placing calabash in front of, you know, the way that is when you now know that a country that is not working, you start seeing different, everybody taking power into their hands and doing all sort of what they like. But let us pray for this country, because the way the country is, I've never seen leadership value in anybody, any one of them. A leader that cannot obey his party constitution. How will that leader obey the Nigerian constitution? And when they come, they swear to oath. And that oath come now, what they call Shango in the Igbo? What they call Shango? Shango in Igbo language, yeah.
Shango is the name of your god. It's different from the name of gods in Igbo.
Amadioha. No, what you go use traditional, this thing, that's what I'm saying. No. They should be using traditional, like in Yoruba land now, they call it Shango. Ominala, yeah. Ominala. Let everybody go traditional now. So that what you swear to, because they use Bible and Quran to swear, but all those things are not working. They're not working. Quran, Bible, every day you swear to, and you'll be doing the other way. Alusie, let them use Alusie, Shango, you know.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kule, and thank you again, first round chat. I have Mr. Okay. I have Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky. Okay, good morning.
When did I become Mr. Lucky?
Okay.
You have to be careful.
Okay, Mr.
I want to go somewhere. I don't do it since I want to go somewhere.
Calm down.
You calm down now. What is it? Where are you going to? You're going to ATB, Jagaban, to go and meet Jagaban.
Jagaba, your time has gone. Atiku have won the race.
Are you sure? You want to go and collect money?
I will talk now.
Good morning, Mr.
Oluwa one of Obiano.
What's the language?
I'm back to the street again.
What's the language?
The language is now we are trying to modify the system.
Okay.
So Nigeria is going to enjoy. Nigeria is going to enjoy.
Atiku has declared.
Atiku has declared. Say the Atiku declaration have already won the election. Because the declaration was like the whole Abuja was damper. Because Nigeria is tired of this Jagaba and his senior brother, which is Sebaba.
Who is senior brother?
Senior brother is Sebaba now.
Okay.
Buhari is a senior brother to Tinubu.
So
they are the same heritage.
You want to tell me that Tinubu cannot defeat Atiku?
No, Tinubu cannot defeat Atiku because Tinubu time have gone with the senior father, which is a Buhari. Their time are numbered, so let them go home. Let Atiku come. Atiku just like a Buhari. But Buhari came 1, 2, 3, he failed. So the fourth time said, okay, you come and let us see what you can offer. At the end of the day, he offered nothing. Even involve the situation, even put salt inside the pepper. He wound us more and more. So now his time has gone. Let us see what Atiku will do. Because Atiku, according to his body language yesterday, he's trying to rescue us. Because we need the rescue. And now it's the rescue.
Now you have seen somebody who votes for it.
All of us will vote. Because now it's the rescue. Because the ship is sinking down home. And I believe Atiku is going to raise the ship back to the level. Because they have the capacity. Because Nigeria is tired of the demonstration of craziness in this APC department. They are finishing us.
Okay, it seems there's a job now. 1,000 taxis provide employment.
Say Sanwo-Olu, how long? What does BRT? BRT assassinated a woman just like that, kidnapping from nowhere.
Forget about that one. If that one happen, doesn't mean
the government. See, this is 100, another 100. After 100 plus, all those ones they are systematic. They are story. Let them go home. They are in Lagos State for the past 1999 to today. Let twist the situation apart. Let go home and let another party come. Let us experience another fresh air. That air has been done with us. We don't want that air anymore.
Is this not the good development?
It's part of the good development, but the time has gone home. How long? That is not the system now. They have to go home. APC, your time is up. That's injury time. We're injury time now. Injury time. After injury time, referee will blow. So go home and let the new environment come.
Okay, you are having lights now. There's light now.
No light. I'm sharing 100,000 motor, no light, no home, no food, no fuel, no diesel, nothing happening. We are just trying to bring language that will never happen. You see, everywhere is desert. The system is bad. Let them go home.
Okay, your vote is going to stay for Atiku.
Life. It will change the situation for us.
Okay,
let us bring food in our table. No food anymore.
Thank you very much.
I can buy it just in a body laundry.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. And to esteemed viewers, you've heard it from Oluwa. No, this is obstructing the no food, no home, no house, no NEPA, no kerosene, no diesel. So now what makes you an entity? What makes you a country? What kind of miserable life is this? See, we should not be deceived by unrealistic expectations. We shouldn't be deceived by unrealistic expectations. Nigeria will be better. Nigeria will be better when? After 60 years, about 62 years now, by October, 1st of October, a man that is 62, I think, a man by 62 now should be counting his days. Of course, sharing his will or his property to his children. You see, how can you at 62, you don't have water, you don't get lights, you don't get home, you don't get even reserve, huh? You don't get fuel, let alone to have reserve. You can imagine what kind of life is that.
Who are we to blame now?
Huh?
Who should we blame?
First, the northern people should own the responsibility of the devastated region of the Northern Empire. You see, they should be able to own responsibility for the destruction of the level of calamity that have befallen the North. You see, there is a deliberate attempt to circumvent, of course, and usurp the people's will and the people's mandates, especially in the northern region. Having been within the corridor of power for over 40 decades, I mean, over 4 decades or 40 years, and yet the north is so horrible. The northern region is so deserted. I begin to make research. Why is it that is Fulani, I mean, is Alamajiri part of Islamic principles? I came to understand that it is not part of Islamic principles. So why is it that the Muslims in Saudi Arabia are not encouraging Alamajiri? The Muslims in Turkey are not encouraging Alamajiris. The Muslims in Dubai are not encouraging Alamajiris. Why is it peculiar to the Nigerian states? Huh? Turning their own sons into servanthood just for political gains. You see? And you expect that, of course, Boko Haram will not be striving, bandits will not be striving. Why you refuse to give them hope?
There's a market for them to recruit.
Of course, there is a market. Once, because the society have pushed them to such level of both economic, psychological, and physiological damage, trauma. So, of course, whatever is happening now is the seed that the society have sown. So, my candid advice to the northern political elites, including my brother Funigas, I know it's from the northern extraction or is connected to the powers that be. They should own up responsibility for the failure of the northern region, and which of course has ripple effect across the north, south, east, and west. So we cannot be deceived by the unrealistic expectations. If by now you have not been able to fix the issue of lights, there is no low scheme housing estate or housing scheme for the people. Most people are losing. The teeming populations has no place to live.
Houses built by the federal government cannot be unaffordable.
How many of the houses have been built in the last 6 years by the federal government in Lagos State? The one I can cite, the only one available in Nigeria, in the whole Ikeja, is the one built by the past government or governor, Fashola. He built it for his girlfriends and his concubines and that. It was not meant for public, for the low income earners. Apart from that, that is more than 8 years or more, 10 years now. Apart from that, is there anywhere you can cite federal government or state government housing scheme? There is nowhere. You don't have house, you don't have water, you don't have schools. Then what is left? No, to be candid, if you have to score, I mean, this government, what are the basis upon which you can score in? Is it in terms of education? Is it in terms of security? People are dying. No, this ASU are on strike and nobody cares. There is no food, no water, no house, no power. Everybody is left to himself. And then what is the essence of government? If the government cannot deliver such dividends of democracy to the people, what is the essence of government? Why should you continue to deceive ourselves? So it's better everybody returns to jungle. Of course, we are already in jungle. Everybody returns to his region, and let there be, of course, referendum to this effect.
What do you say about Atiku's declaration yesterday in Abuja? Because people are talking about it.
Well, that is why I'm said, don't be carried away, don't be deceived by unrealistic expectations. Atiku have declared, does he have the rights based on the provision of the supposed constitution? Yes, he does. So I wouldn't condemn him. Jagaban have declared, and P2B is also about to declare his intention. But we cannot be deceived by unrealistic expectations. What are they coming to do?
APC did more. They promised.
APC promised heaven on earth. APC promised an Eldorado. Jagaban, who is coming to vie for the position of presidency, say because of unemployment, because you are jobless, Buhari will give you for 5,000. Even as demeaning that might sound, did they keep to that promise? The question is no. The answer is no. They say everywhere will be filled with water and fuel. Does that happen? So what do you think that these people aspiring for presidency have seen? Why they are part of this system? What do you think that Buhari or Jagaban has seen that he can do different from what Buhari has done? If you have a viable advice, you would have given it to this government to succeed, because he has been part of this system. So what we are expecting is just a mere political jamboree and the exercise in futility. Whether it is P2B, it is Atiku, it is Jagaban, they cannot fix the problem of this country. When they assume office, they will tell you, you know that Buhari has borrowed over 30 trillion naira. They will start giving their excuses. You know that Rome was not built in a day. For 60 years, even though I'm building I'm building 3-bedroom flat for 60 years, won't I be able to finish it? Rome was not built in a day. They will tell you that the oil price, the price of oil barrel have dropped. They continue to give you excuse until they leave office. So the only way, and you cannot, of course, solve the problem of insecurity. If P2B assume the position of presidency, you will see that there will be more calamity killings in the north. It will not address it. Of course, there should be a gang up. If Jagaban or Atiku becomes the president of Nigeria, it cannot stop the agitation of the IPOBs, who are, of course, calling for a legitimate rights for self-secession. My candidate is referendum. Referendum or nothing else. I am a strong candidate of referendum, because I have seen that whether P2B, it cannot solve the issue of insecurity. It cannot solve whether Atiku, Tinubu, it cannot solve the economic hazard. An emergency should be declared on the basis that Nigeria's system has failed in its primary objective of governance, which is protecting life and property of the supposed citizens. How can you be a citizen of Nigeria and within Nigeria, you lost your rights to life? You lost your rights to freedom. You lost your right to basic amenities. You lost your right, to foods, to shelter. Then what must you a Nigerian? That is a fundamental question. That is the truth staring at us. You say you are a citizen of Nigeria. Most of our brothers are dying in Indonesia. are rotting away in so many international confinements because of the level of distortion found in Nigeria, because of our politicians, greedy and selfish politicians. I'm not a candidate of any, but I stand for referendum. I stand for the truth. And we must return to this point where we can negotiate our continued existence as a people. Because you cannot force Nigeria on me. Why you take my right to life? You take my life to good and a better livelihood. Then what makes me a Nigeria? It's very unfortunate. Referendum or nothing else. Referendum. We should rather concentrate on, of course, calling for referendum, and rather than deceiving ourselves in mere political jamboree, calling for 2023 election, which in no way, I tell you, Buhari might be a saint compared to the next dispensation. Don't misquote me. Buhari might be a saint compared to the next dispensation. So it's better we redeem the time, of course, because the days are evil.
Thank you very much.
And referendum is the only way.
Thank you very much.
We can chart the way forward for humanity.
Thank you.
Chigozie Ndibo.
Okay, thank you. I'm Mr. Lucky. Edo no be Lagos. Good morning. Edo no be Lagos.
Edo no be Lagos. My brother, they para with Mike. What is happening this morning? Chigozie, they para with Mike.
You understand?
Are you fighting Mike or you are fighting Nigeria?
Is Nigeria working?
Nigeria is not working under Buhari.
Why do you slow?
That is how
There's a way
Nigeria look like, slow. We that have that boldness before, this government came and make us slow. That don't even know what we are doing. Anything we put on doesn't work. Nothing work in Nigeria. Nothing work. Everything is expiring. So that is why. My name is Lucky Yaguna. I don't know Lagos. My brothers and sisters, may God bless you as you are there watching Flip TV. You will live long. May God bless you.
Okay. The Lagos State Governor has unveiled 1,000 taxis that will provide employment for Lagosians.
Orasunuku. Election have started. Election is coming up. You'll be seeing them rolling out different programs, different things that they kept
from us.
They hide it. This is what they're supposed to have given us since. They kept it. Even rice, even beans, even cars, even drugs. They kept it. Wait for 2023 election. And that's what is happening. Rolling that vehicle that doesn't have AC. Sometimes, look at this vehicle. When they just came out, I saw AC. After 3 days, 1 week, they up their AC. This person, yes, sir. Go and check them. Go run and check. You know why? Nothing lasts for Nigeria. Nothing lasts.
So, yeah, are you against it? It's not a good one.
I'm not. It's a good thing, but I'm saying it's too late.
At least you can still accept it, even though it's too late.
I'll tell you why. All these things are being bought with our tax money. These are the money we're supposed to take at least look fine as a human being. When you are not healthy, how can you enter vehicle? When you don't eat, how can you drive? They will still put these buses for this Agbero hand.
Wow.
Yes. They will still put these buses for this top hand. The bus, if you like, bring 1 million bus, the fare cannot reduce. So I am saying that it's too late. For what? When this vehicle was bought for long, they were keeping it for campaign. Now campaign has come. So they are rolling it out.
Are you saying Nigerians will reject it?
No, we should not reject it, our money. But what I'm saying is that why don't you bring those buses that time? Not only bus. You will see rice coming out now. You will see food coming out now. Certain they kept for store and expire. Now they'll bring it because of election. That is not how to govern a country.
Okay, Atiku declared yesterday. I know you're Atiku man, so let's see it.
Anyway, you see, I don't like hiding things. I like go straight and say the truth. My brother, Atiku, Tinubu, that old stuff. But the point is that, do we have a choice? If I see a young man coming up, a popularity man, I will follow. But now, when you start, at the end, you derail. That's the problem. That is the problem. Kingsley, that was 2019. They gang up, come together. At the end, all of them, they were fighting themselves. All of them derailed. We have no choice to vote for either Buhari or the other person. But what we are saying, the Kaba, with the Kaba allowed there, look at the declaration yesterday. Look at the declaration yesterday. I was thinking the next president should come for East. But look at the declaration.
Peter Obi is saying.
Peter Obi was there.
Yes.
Emeka Ihedioha was there. A lot of people was there. Inside Atiku Hall.
The governor, PDP governors were not there.
A lot of PDP ex-governors were there.
PDP governors were not there.
That is the owner. This is a lot of old ones were there. Former Vice President Gustavo was there. So let me tell you, as I told you, this election is going to become APC and PDP.
No other party.
If there's other party, Mushroom Party.
Mushroom?
Yes, I call it Mushroom Party.
Why will you call it party Mushroom?
I'll tell you why. We have more than 95 parties. 2019, how many of them score 100? How many of them score 1,000? That's why I call the Mushroom Party. They are looking for money. They are looking for names. At the end, all of them will defend to APC or PDP. Now, let me give an example now. I am telling you, my name is Lucky. I did not be Lagos. 2023 is going to become PDP and APC. If APC give ticket to Tinubu, automatically PDP will give ticket to Atiku. Because if Atiku came out, if Tinubu came out too, if Tinubu go and pick Gadoje from the north, the election is gone. If Atiku come out, pick Obi or anybody in the southeast, you see that the election is going to be a very tough election. But what I want is that a president that will give me food on table, a president that will give me make Nigeria better, a president that will make this country better. I don't know whether it's from Igbo, from Hausa, from Yoruba, or from my village.
Okay.
After all, Obasa just spent 8 years. Couldn't do Ibadan Expressway. Couldn't do Efcc Road. Couldn't do his road water. Good luck was there. Couldn't even do okay. Couldn't even bring us two things in our area. No matter who is there, let us bring a better candidate that will make this country to look like America or Britain. So look at the declaration yesterday. Look at the crowd, my brother. Oh God, a big power. Everybody would like to belong where we eat. That is it. Give us that topic.
Okay, Buhari orders Silva, Kyari, and the chief of defense staff to halt crude oil theft.
See, leave Buhari order on a mere talk. I saw them yesterday when they were in a place where they saw where they thief some crude oil and they fired the crude oil. Everything was wasted. I saw it yesterday. But let me tell you, you can't stop it. It's our property, Niger Delta. And they refuse to take care of us, take care of the people. Expect stealing.
Are you in support?
They're not stealing, that's all.
Are you in support of oil bunkering?
Let me tell you, hold on. I am not supposed to stealing, but I'm telling you what they are supposed to have done in Niger Delta, they're not doing it. Look at President approving project every day. What concerns us with new runway in Abuja? Why can't you use that to set your lecturer? Are you aware the students are at home? They strike? Can't you call the lecturers and settle them? Why do you approve the project railway? Which kind of project? How long would they finish the railway? How long would they finish runway in Abuja when you are making something billion naira? Emergency. Why can't you have the lecturer allow our students to go back to school? My brother, President is approving project. You did not.
You not support oil theft.
I'm not supporting oil theft, but what I'm saying, the one they are stealing in Aso Rock, who is? Did you know the amount of money they are stealing in Aso Rock? Did you know that? So if the Niger Delta boys are hungry and they are taking their oil, who will stop that? It's their right.
No,
That's not stealing.
It's not their right.
It's not stealing.
It's not their right.
It's not stealing.
It's not their right.
It's not stealing.
It's not their right.
I want to ask you a question now. The Obiano they arrested yesterday, that day. Are you aware? Some bay.
I'm releasing.
Yeah, they are releasing. Are you getting me? So when you stay by, they will go and lock you. Heavy corruption is going on in Nigeria. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Say they are stealing all year. I want to ask you.
Will Atiku stop that corruption?
Let me tell you something.
I know
See,
you support that.
Atiku cannot stop corruption, but let me tell you. What will stop corruption in Nigeria here? We don't even have the agency to stop corruption. We don't have the police.
That means corruption.
We don't have the EFCC. If we have EFCC, where is the former EFCC? All the money collected for people, where is the money? Where is it today? Abakare was the best policeman. Gware approved. Say Abakare is the best policeman to do that work. Or at the end, what happened today? Who do you trust? When you give a dog a bit to monitor, will the dog keep it or eat it? So who do you trust? When you don't have an agency to monitor you, then that's corruption. Who is monitor Aso Rock? Are you aware? Who went to Aso Rock? Akarawa Maize. Who went to Aso Rock? Akarawa Maize in Aso Rock. Did they arrest them? Amage is there. Your senior vice president. Did they arrest him? Went to Aso Rock.
Did he commit any blunder?
Oh my goodness. What's different from thief? What's different for corruption?
No, what he did, is it illegal or is it a crime?
My brother, it's a crime,
It's not a
big crime. A whole national assembly,
No, there can be rancor, there can be fighting.
Okay, let me ask you. Are you aware there was investigation in oil? The money that gone down the drain. Today, where is it? All that place have covered. Let me tell you something. Corruption will triumph. Corruption will not stop because of the poverty in Nigeria. And again, we have no agency police to monitor corruption. I get me. We don't have the police, EFCC to monitor the corruption. My brother, things are going under our nose.
One word for Buhari.
Buhari, you have killed us. You have disgraced us. Enough is enough. Please, how this is holding meeting with governors? APC governors, none of them are working. All of them should just resign before 2023. We don't need them. Because before Nigeria provoke, people are very, very angry. You can't, because of election, now rolling out rice, rolling out cars, rolling out things where people have already died. So I am telling you, God will bring a better candidate that will take us to a better country.
Okay.
Not all these old men who are urinating everywhere they go. Thank you.
Give me 1 minute. Okay. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State on Wednesday rolled out 1,000 technology-driven GAC branded automobiles codenamed Lag Ride. Mr. Sanwo-Olu said during the rollout ceremony held at Lagos House Ikeja that the Lag Ride was a ride that will be operated on lease. Operators are required to pay 1.9 million naira down payment, of which the sum covers the 20% equity of the cost vehicle, registration and insurance. Each car being used in the scheme comes with technology-enabled security features that monitor every journey undertaken. He said the state has moved another step forward in its drive to develop an efficient transportation model in tune with modernity and comfort. I think the initiative is for Lagosians to key into. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Yeah, good morning, my brother. Nigeria, good morning, Lagos.
Mr. Lucky?
Mr. Lucky, I believe that he always like to shout. Because we cannot be.
His opinion.
Yeah, I know.
It is right.
But it is right, I know. But sometimes you need to go for the tip of the matter and say the truth. You get it? Because we are just warming up ourselves here. Okay. Because I believe that what I say is not something our government is doing. But it's only to warming up our mouth.
Speak for yourself now.
So
you can speak for yourself.
So now,
what is the 1,000 taxes? Like I read now.
Yeah.
It is for lease.
Yeah.
You can key into it.
Yeah.
Pay 1.9 million for lease and own it.
Yes.
How do you look at it?
See, I'm very happy for all these things. Because when I hearing during the exile, they born some more to PRT in Lagos. I see that it's the people that don't plan for good things of Nigeria. You get me now? Because when I say there's no work, the little one they bring come outside, people went there and destroy it. It's a bastard. You know what I mean? Because the country, we managed the country before. Before this vehicle now, I believe the people that were employed, the people that be doing it, they will from there train their pikin into school. Then from there get a money to their younger one to help. Then from there do many things. You know what I mean now? It's part of a good idea in the states.
Okay, let's talk about Atiku declaring for president. How do you look at this?
Atiku can declare himself. It's not today that he be declared. It's good for Atiku to declare his mission. You know what I mean now? It's not left for the PDP when they do the primary to take him as a candidate. And I cannot fear that one. It's not today Atiku will be coming out. You know what I mean now? Let him go for your mission. You have a mission to run for president. If you win the primary, you pay the matter. But Nigeria, will always do something in this country. You will be like somebody, and the person will be punishing us. Now, one would like Jonathan. He went to the Asoro. I don't know, it disappoints the whole Nigeria. That is it, they will say we don't want to go let Buhari come. Okay, now, well, I say we tired for Buhari now. Some people say it's the Atiku the next. Atiku with Baba, Obasanjo was president, Atiku was vice, and the whole Obasanjo, the president, was accused Atiku in this country. You get me now? And that is it today. And now, some people say like Atiku to come. And that's the people, that's the canker that's make power, Nigeria power now, turn to nonsense. They didn't do anything. Atiku cankers, they are regime all thing.
Okay.
11 trillion, where the money entering.
Reason why we're not having light.
That is why having light.
Atiku cankers.
Yes, now.
What is happening to the Minister of Power?
They are employing generator enter this country.
What is happening to the Minister of Power? Did they stop them from restoring power?
That is the issue I'm telling you now.
Did Atiku stop the Minister of Power?
No,
from doing his job?
But they know the way they are doing it in this country.
Okay, there's the way they are doing it.
Yes, now.
So
all of them, that's the always tell people.
We should blame the Minister of Power for not holding.
That's why we always tell people, say these people they are working together.
That is the Buhari government and Atiku are working together.
All of them they are working together.
That's what you're
both
saying.
PDP and APC.
Okay.
They are working together. You can see today, somebody will decamp from PDP to APC. Somebody will decamp from PDP to APC. All of them they are changing.
Who is your candidate for 2023?
2023. My candidate in 2023, what I believe and I'm praying to God, for God to give us somebody can take Nigeria to the land of favor. You know what I mean? I do not have candidates right now.
Okay.
Because before I can say this is a candidate after the primary. The primary will bring the candidate. Actually, I'm APC. Okay, but as now, I don't have candidate until when they do the primary. But my prayer, because what Nigeria is passing through, I pray to God to give us somebody that can help this country. Not by say I like this person. Is there anybody that giving me money? Is there anybody that giving me food on my table? Nobody out of them.
Okay, APC, yeah, APC. Let me reveal some things to you.
Yeah.
The people that is going to hold positions in APC this coming March 26th.
Congress.
They are all PDP. Number one, Adamu. Adamu was a former PDP chieftain.
Yeah.
Musa Amakura. Amakura was a former governor of Kaduna State, of a PDP chieftain.
Yeah.
Akume, you know Akume, from PDP, APC. Mustafa Omisore, you know Omisore.
I know Omisore very well. Omisore is an AG. It's part of the the party before.
Was it not once?
When he went in, I don't mean.
All
I'm
your
coming.
leaders in APC.
Wait, I'm coming. Not
Okay.
all my leaders.
Okay.
Omishere was AD. He was one of the people that formed the party from beginning. Is when the matter come, he went to PDP and he came back again. Look at the Atiku now. He was PDP before. He came to APC. He went back to the PDP again. Look at Saraki. All of them, they are moving.
The party APC, most of their candidates for the convention are PDP. What will you say about that?
But I know the party, and I know the Mr. President. You know what to do concerning the issue. They know anybody can come outside.
Can you score the APC as a party generally?
Eh?
Score APC as a party. Score them out of 100. How have they performed in the past 8 years?
Out of 100, I can see that I can give them percentage because nobody could finish.
Yeah,
I can give them like 60.
60.
Yeah, because part of security.
Can you tell me one of the reasons why you give them 60?
Part of security.
60 is passed.
Yes, no. 60 is passed. Part of security is the lack of security. And I blame all the governor, not only APC governor. Okay. All the governor, they are collecting security votes. They cannot sit and read their state very well. All of them depend on the Mr. President. That is the lack of security in Nigeria. And we, Nigeria citizens, we still lack ourselves. And the reason we lack ourselves is the police. Police, they are not working well. They are not helping Nigeria.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Police is not helping Nigeria. Okay. You know what I mean? They are not helping the country.
Okay, what do you think is the way forward? Shout the way forward for
the way forward of this country. Let Nigeria government and invite all the CP, DPO should give them maximum how to do things. And anybody that is not performing duty as a normal something, they should have a monitoring and they can sack them and stop them. So all the career they are pursuing, it should go empty. So that maybe the rest will not sit tight. For if there is no law that is backing this school. Because like now, in the grammar school, do you know that police in grammar school, they are misbehaved. Okay. I even call one of them this morning and say, okay, what people are doing is not good. Okay. You people is always embarrass Okada people on wrong way. Okay. You beg the Okada man to give you 200. Okay. Maybe the Okada man say, I have 100 naira. You people will refuse. Before no, we collect the bike. I only watch that. I call one of them this morning. I said, I'm going to report this matter to DPO. But it's not to go and meet DPO people. When we went there, they only back themselves. Because they don't go for truth. They are working together. Okay. So that is, we cannot help police because immediately they tell police information or something. They will lead information to the person. Say, look at the person that brings this matter to them. Because police, they are not good. Because they like eating nonsense.
Yeah, Buhari appointed the IGP. The IGP for police. Yeah. That means he's in control of the police structure.
Yes. Do you know that Nigeria, all Nigeria, they are corrupt now?
Okay. Thank you very much.
When they put somebody in the field to war, they will want to go and collect bribe. Okay. You know what I mean? Huh?
Okay. Thank you.
And anyone that is not collect bribe, they'll be fighting that person.
Thank you very much.
How Nigeria want to move forward?
Thank you very much, engineer. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we're coming close to the end of Bystanders and Newsstand this morning. I think I can still get one person to talk. That is engineer. Mr. Taiwo asked what kind of engineering, if you can work on if you can do carpentry, somehow he's an engineer. He's an engineer when it comes to carpentry. Let me read this out one more time. The 1,000 technology-driven GAC branded automobiles that have been rolled out for Lagosians. And Mr. Sonlu said during the rollout ceremony held in Lagos House, Ikeja, that the lag ride was a ride-hailing taxi initiative being operated on a lease-to-own basis. Lease to own it basis. The initiative is a partnership between Lagos State-owned Ibile Holding Limited and CIG Motors Company with the objective to provide clean and affordable, reliable means of taxi movement across the metropolis at an affordable cost. Operators are required to pay about 1.9 million down payment, to which the sum covers the 20% equity of the cost of vehicle registration and insurance. Each car being used in the scheme comes out with technology-enabled security features that monitor every journey undertaken. He said the state had moved another step forward in its drive to develop an efficient transportation model in tune with modernity and comfort. That is what we need to know about the 1,000 taxi that has been rolled out by the Lagos State government. If you can key into that initiative, it's going to benefit you if you can. My question is, how many Nigerians can afford 1.9 million naira? I'm Christian Chiku. I'll say bye for now till tomorrow as we meet for another exciting edition of Bystanders and Newsstand. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for being part of the program. Everyone I've spoken this morning, thank you very much. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Sadiq, Mr. Lekon. Thank you very much, Mr. Lekon, for being part of the program. I'm Christian Chiku. I'll say once again, bye for now till tomorrow.